are back to March of 2017
Okay,
on the daily.
let's take a look at this. So, all right, so go ahead and show that. Sorry, everybody, we're gonna start. I just started recording, so we're gonna do a real quick recap of everything we're finding. We got to be careful because what this chart is showing us is that we have a possible bounce back up to 65 to 6200, 66, 6500 to 6600 before the fallout, and we're gonna kind of show
It's
you
possible.
show everybody the bottoms there.
Oh yeah, so it pretty much. So let me start present day. Okay, so my line's at 11 here for this DMI indicator. Okay, I'm looking at the blue line, and every time that blue line goes underneath this 11 mark, look, you see we found a bottom here. It's underneath 11, so it did find a temporary bottom. Okay, but then it fell back underneath for another bottom. Still called the bottom there though. It called the bottom here. I wish I would have found this sooner. It found the bottom here, okay, etc. And then it actually like calls the bottoms of these dumps or of these bounces all the way until like March of last year. Okay, look at that, July.
It
Oh,
shows the
July, I guess,
2016 goes all the way back
to
2016.
March. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it didn't call. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
there's not really a bottom here actually. Look at that. I mean that's pretty accurate. Hit
Yeah.
there,
All right. So
hit here.
it's a little harder to
That's
see your
nuts,
chart.
man.
It's a little harder to see your chart. So what I'm going to do, people, is I'm going to just kind of pull this up like this. All right.
Oh, sorry.
So that you guys can all see that this thing is literally called every single bottom, right? So bottom
Wait,
touch. And
that's
every time it
crazy.
hits this white line right here, right? Every time you hit the white line, you get a bottom touch with the blue line. So when the blue line touches there, look, this was not a bottom call, but this was a bottom call bounce. There's a bottom call bounce, right? There you
Yeah,
go.
it only missed it once with that double bottom that we had.
Yep, there's a bottom call bounce,
That's crazy.
right? And it just keeps going back over and over and over again. It calls all, whoosh, look at this one. Holy bejesus. The hell is that? Dude, what happened? Hold on a second. Let me zoom
Deep.
into this day. Yeah, holy cow.
Holy, that's the deep dive there. I
Yeah,
wonder if what date is that?
let me go back here.
2015 October.
Yep, that's
Hey,
it.
that's bottom.
It's the
That's absolute
end.
bottom.
That's the
Oh
end.
shit.
There's the
That is
end.
absolute bottom of the bear market. That's insane.
Yeah, what a call on this thing. Just does
Holy
such.
crap. Look at that deep drop for the bottom. That's nuts.
Yeah. So at
That's
least
pretty
you
wicked.
know. Oh, look at that. There's that big wick. I don't know if you count. This is the Mount Gox crash, I think. So here you see,
Probably.
people, this goes back all the way and it calls every single bottom, right?
Holy crap.
All the way back. And one of the things I want to look at, I just want to get over here to the most important thing and where we're at. Let's bring our chart down here. Come on down here, right? The good news is you don't have to scroll up that far anymore because it's not like it's up at 20K or something. All right, so here's the thing. I think we're going in and we're going to get one more little hiccup bounce. It's possible to get one more little push up just like it did back here in 2000 and 2000 and what was this? Oh God, 2016. Back in
What? Yeah.
2016. Right? Because this has not, I'm waiting for this to cross. I'm waiting for these two right here to cross. And if we zoom in here and take a look at this really quick, we can see that let's see here. So they haven't crossed, but historically, when they did this historically, right here, so you had like some bumpy action. See the bumpy action here? This is like rocky road right here. Now we haven't had that. We just haven't had that action. But what you do need to see is you do need to take a look, just like Gooner says, is look, every time you cross these lines right here, these are dumps. When the blue and the what's that? The blue and the
Pink. Pink
pink
or green
cross.
green on your chart?
Yeah, no, blue and orange. When blue and orange cross,
Oh, sorry.
it's a dump. Blue and orange are a dump. So back here you had the same thing. You had two dumps. So there's your first one. There's your second dump. So every time you have this, now this took off super high right here, and this makes me go,
But it still wasn't that big of a bounce.
No, it was a very small bounce.
Did we go
Look,
way
and
deep after that?
but you
Did we go
do.
super deep though after that too? It bounced really high and then we turned it back down.
No, that was it. That was it. It actually went up.
Oh, nice.
It went up
Maybe that'll
there.
happen.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll see here. But now this did come down and touch the bottom, and that called the bottom perfectly for
Man,
the run
XRP's
out
breaking out again.
again. It was so
Yep, just broke
manipulated.
out.
Oh yeah, there it goes. So manipulated. So this is where I'm at. So here, so if you're looking at this chart, right now, I just don't know how far we can get down here. You see that this came down, came down to the 236 here, so we don't have a line to really correlate with that. Let me try something real quick. So that's 618. See, this one ended up at the 5.0 though. So this ended up at the 5.0. I wonder if I'm gonna cheating. I wonder if I can do this. I squished it. There we go. All right, I cheated. 786. 5.0 was touched. And then this came back up. So this came down to that 1914.
Man, that does look so similar. That's crazy.
And then this bounced back to 6681. And then it just sideways and died. So I'm gonna leave this on the table here. Right? Because, oops. I'm gonna leave this on the table because I think this looks very similar. I mean, do you think we're gonna keep crashing here?
I don't know. Not after looking at this, but I still think we are based on current TA. I haven't looked at other indicators back then.
Okay. Yeah,
I'd have to look at. I think we were in a bullish market by that point anyway, though.
Oh yeah, we're clearly in a bullish market there.
Yeah, it's a little bit different circumstances than to right now.
Yeah. All right, and let me just drop this in my stuff over here. Okay.
That was July 2016. Yeah, that was after we already bottomed.
Yeah.
That was like right after.
Okay.
I see where we're at now.
One thing I want to take a look at is when you get this high separation between the blue and the orange, what happens? All right, so here you look, you got the cross right here. It went high, and all this did was just call a second dump. See this right here? So this just called, you got the separation, and this called the dump, and then it just went up and called the second. So this kept going up, and it kept dumping. So if this goes up, this is going to call for more of a dump. See, is this, the higher this goes, this calls for a dump. When it goes down, what do we get when it goes down, it's bullish.
Yeah, so it's just inverse when they cross. So orange on top of blue is bearish. Blue on top of orange is bullish. So I don't know if we could use that orange line to predict tops. Maybe I don't think it doesn't look as similar as the blue line being underneath. The blue line underneath a clear coordination of it being below 11 is a clear bottom. Somewhere down there anyway when it bounces. So if you want to wait for confirmation, you find the tip, you wait till it bounces a little bit and you call it.
Well, do you see you also got a confirmation here on that being the top?
True. With the yellow?
Yeah. So
with the orange below? So
this called the top. I wonder if it's on a different time frame.
I don't
yeah, because it looked, there's no way.
It didn't call that though. Maybe there. So it might be a little bit more, it might be a little successful. Yeah, I mean it almost did up there. That was close.
Yeah, called that top.
When was that? Was that the bull run? Yeah,
Yeah.
called the top of the bull run.
Yeah, I mean it does. It calls tops.
Not as it doesn't look as
Not
frequent as the other
no
one,
no,
but
but
definitely if you see, so if you see the orange that low, you want to know that we're getting close to top for sure, though.
yeah.
I think if
Oh
we adjust it, if we eventually adjust and tweak this indicator and add lines like you did on that 11 for different numbers, if we can get like 3 or 4 lines on there for different things, I bet we can get this pretty accurate.
yeah. Yeah, I just want to see what happens when so this is bearish when it keeps climbing and it says rolling over. So this rolling over action, I know likey. I know likey rolling over.
But I really wouldn't use it to predict trends in between it crossing, you know. And in between these crossing, I don't really have much else like to go off of trends other than these being at extreme levels.
Got it. Okay. I like it
So
though.
once, yeah, so once they've crossed, now we got to figure out what our next trend is. The only pattern I'm seeing right now is that the blue bounces, at least this year. It didn't do it as much last year, but the blue bounces twice before it crosses back under the pink.
Yes, it crosses
But
up
I
to it
mean,
twice. Crosses up
it's
to it
happened like 4
twice.
times this year, but it's happened 4 out of 4 times this year, but it doesn't mean it'll happen again.
Yeah, yeah. So these double crosses right here. So you get the double up
The
here.
bounce before, yep, just like that chart I showed with the 2 arrows. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's the only real correlation I see there. So that would tell us that maybe we bounce up to 6450 or something, or get some kind of sustained little bounce. But
Yeah, but that has to be above this line. I mean, these lines have to cross in order to do that,
yep,
right? Because this would be a sustained, this would be a bullish trend. If these two cross over again, this is a
right.
very bullish
Well,
trend.
when blue is above, it's a very bullish trend, and it's still above. So we still have to expect some kind of bounce from that info,
Oh,
unless it
oh, oh, oh,
crosses.
oh, got it. When blue is above the green and pink line, it's bullish.
Yeah.
But when blue is
So we're still
below the brown line, the orange line, it's bearish.
right. So that actually makes me worried because we're still technically bullish according to these terms if we're going by that.
Mm-hmm.
But but we already dumped. So if we cross, then we're just going to dump harder.
I'm looking for another place where this has happened.
Let's go to 2014 when we were in a bear market.
You see a correlation there?
I don't see shit. July 2014 maybe. They were both dang pink dove down hard on that,
Let's see here.
and then blue kept following, and then so we slowly trickled down. And this actually is a very possible scenario that we just kind of slide sideways. I think Sean in my Discord, one of the admins in my Discord, is calling for like 20 days of sideways movement between 6150 or like 6K and 6.5K. So he thinks we're just going to kind of float sideways here, which actually correlates really well with July of 2014.
Yep, I'm here.
If
July
you do you see this? It
2014.
actually
Yep.
correlates really well. There was like I don't know how many days, like 20 days. I'm gonna have to show this to Sean. There's like 20 days of sideways movement here before they finally cross. And look what happens after they cross. It dips hard, like down. It dips from August 14th basically all the way down to January 2015. So 4 months of just downward death fall.
Trying to throw my fibs on this and see what I can get with fib lines.
Dang, that's pretty nasty.
All right, so you got your double peak before your fall, so that worked out perfect. So
That
there's your
looks really
double
similar.
peak. There's your double peak. We got the double peak. Now the brown, the orange line went just crazy. So there you had your first bearish cross. Tip down, rocked up. Okay, tip down. Yeah, but this would be back farther here. Tip down, rocked up. All right, so this would be back here. So we'd be comparing back here. So this was started here. So, yep, very similar. All right, so you had that first cross right there.
All right. Hopefully nobody's bored. We're doing research right now.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's what they paid.
This is crazy though.
That's what they paid the big
So they
bucks
started
for.
to consolidate. They started to consolidate though. All these lines started to pinch in, and then we broke below with that blue. So
Peak.
man, this is actually this is the area I think we're at. Like if we did a correlation of bear markets, I think we're in this section of the bear market that we were at back when this happened in July.
Oh yeah, this
So this
plays
makes
out.
sense.
This totally plays out perfect.
So then we fall to 5K ish area, get a small bounce, and then we drop to 4K ish area, and then that's where our bottom's at. I mean, we really can't. I don't know how much validity we can compare the 2014 to now, but it's all we have to work with. So, bear market's a bear market.
Double top, fell out, came up. See, this fell out and gave a bottom call here.
We had a lot of bottom calls here back in. We stayed under that 11 for a while back when we were finding market bottom. We did bounce at everyone though, but they weren't big sustained bounce.
So if I'm looking at this one right here, here's our separation where we're kind of at right now. Yeah, but you don't have this trend. Your green is under, your blue is, but look at all these crosses, man. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
And then finally falls out. Okay, so this is headed down. Look, these never crossed right here. Look, so these never crossed for the big dump. They never crossed for the big dump.
We started dumping a little bit, then they cross, and then we dumped harder. Like I said, I'm worried about for the bull's sake, we haven't crossed yet and we've already dumped. Every time blue crosses below pink, we dump no matter what. Even in the bull market.
Yep.
Even if it wasn't a big dump, we still dropped.
Yeah, this dropped.
So
Just so this, you can see here's your cross, and you definitely dropped. But you got to bounce up. You just went sideways. This basically just went sideways, and then fell out again to oblivion. Now we've crossed this right here.
So switch to my chart real quick.
Yeah.
So this is kind of. Are you on my screen?
Yep. Go for it.
Okay, so this is 2014 right here. Okay, if you can see this, okay. So we kind of consolidated and pinched here. All right. And we started dumping a little bit sideways and lower, and then these two crossed where I'm highlighted at. And then big dump happened after, and then we kept dumping. So I kind of think something like that could happen, could be valid. So then we look here, we started consolidating. All right. We fall out of here. That pink and the blue, that pink keeps dropping. We drop a little bit here. Pink and blue cross, and then we really dump to below 5K. Or to not below 5K, below 6K would make the blue and the pink cross for sure. Okay, that would get us that big dump we expect. There's some sideways movement in 5K area. I don't think we just drop straight through 5K like an elevator. Okay, there's going to be some resistance in 5K area, but I don't think it's going to be enough to hold us from going any at least somewhere in the 4K area. So then that would give us our extended downfall like this, something like that. Hopefully it wouldn't be that steep, but cheap coins if it does.
Wow, and we're in that. So go back to the present. Go back to the present, will you?
Uh-huh.
God, look at that. Oh, yeah, that's vicious.
There's your arrow. I don't know. I don't want to say that 2K is possible, but we definitely can't roll it out. Definitely have to be aware. I know people that are planning on buying in the 4K area for their long-term holds, but I would like to see some. I'll buy there for a bounce, but I'd like to see some sideways accumulation for at least a month, at least a couple months, probably longer, honestly, unless we get some crazy good news like backed or anything like that. So I'm not too concerned about missing the bottom with loading up my alt bags for the bull run, honestly. And even if we do, we'll just trade it on the way up.
Wow. Okay.
But this looks pretty similar. We're starting to consolidate. Every time we consolidate, we get a decently sized move. So let's see.
Yeah, because I look at your chart right now. And I could. Yeah, I was gonna say I could just stare at your
There's
chart. And
another
I could
one.
see the patterns. Yep. And then go ahead. You
But
got
see,
another
pink went
one.
up out of there.
But
So
yeah.
yeah, there's another one right there. So we dumped after all these consolidations too. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Even this one. This is a little bit more extreme because of the bull run, but once these consolidate, oh, our biggest dumps have come when these came when these consolidate. Look at that. Dump to bottom, dump to bottom, dump to bottom. We could technically say that they consolidated a little bit here, even if we want to. A little bit more extreme, but still plays out. Oops. And then so dump to bottom, and that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's looking like another dump coming for sure. Everything I look at.
Mm.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Would you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree.
But I see that this.
Go ahead.
Sorry, what? Well, I see that this pink line is up above here the whole time. Okay, and actually, this is the first time. The pink line here, real quick. Okay, let's see this line here. Oh, it's right on that line. All right. What is that? 15. Okay, it's below what it's been below all year this year, though. But let's say 15 is our line here for that pink line. Let's go back and see when it started trending below that. So it's still above it here for the most part. And look, so you can see that it's been above it most of the time. I'm trying to see
So
when it goes below.
they're wondering if you're worried because CNBC just called for the dump. So
Did they?
that kind of blows your
They
chart out of the water.
that gives us our bounce to
There's our
that gives us our
bounce.
bounce to
There's our
65.50, right?
6600. Yep, 66
Hey, I'm telling you, one
6600.
of these times they're gonna get it right, and they're gonna throw everyone off. I'm telling you that right now. They're gonna get it right. It'll probably be when the bottom's in, and they'll tell everyone to go long, so everyone will short. But okay, so what I was talking about with that pink line, real quick. Let's look at this real quick. Okay, so pink line below 15. It doesn't happen often, actually, and it happened right when we were in this area last
Oh.
time that we were comparing. Okay, and we're falling out of that. We're like right about 15, I think, currently right now. Okay, so pink was below 15 there before we dumped heavy. And then pink was below 15 here and here when we were about at bottom for 2014. So it makes sense. I think that's kind of where we're at. And then we were in again here. So pink below 15 means we're getting ready for a bounce too. Or it means we're getting close to a bottom range for uptrend. Looks like accumulation. So something to note too. If the pink line doesn't hang out down there very long. Look, we dumped here too. If you look at 2013 bear market, here you go, Chris or Vampire. Here's one for you. Look at this. You want another scenario?
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, look at that. The blue doesn't cross until here either. Oh, this is so similar. Look at this. I'm gonna have to post this on Twitter tomorrow. I'll have to post these 3 charts, but look at that. Look at that correlation. Holy. This is like dead on with the last 2 bull markets or bear markets. Right? Well, this is the same
Yep.
one, I guess. This is from all-time high, but this is the same, like, sideways consolidation, drop as that.
Whew.
It matches.
That's
Nice.
pull that pink line in your pink line over. So your bottom. I'm sorry. Pull that one. Pull that.
Oh,
Over
yeah, it goes below, too. Look at that.
That's what I'm saying. It matches.
And then it shoots back up, and it starts to reset again before we go down, and then we dump again.
And when it shoots up, look at all it's doing is just calling another top for another dump. Just calling
Basically, yeah.
It's just calling a continuation of the dump. You know.
Yeah, that's a good point, though. Every time that I don't know. I need to look more into the pink line. But yeah, definitely when it peaks like that, and look how quick that peaked too. That's a bearish sign for sure. If you just look at the chart, peaked really high there too. Look how quick that peaked. So, interesting. We're learning. Like I said, I've only been using this for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe. So, and I haven't been using it a ton. but definitely looks good on long-term time frame charts. I wonder how it looks on the weekly. Is it even on the weekly? Let's see what we got here. I mean, if we're just going off the same scenario, whoops. So if we're just playing our same scenario, we already kind of, but we pinched, we get some sideways, and then what happens after the sideways and the pink goes below? Make a dump. And look, our pink and our blues have barely crossed over at all.
On the
One
weekly.
time here, pink and blue crossed over, and that was the bottom. That was our big bottom at 57.50. Yeah, this is all weekly chart right now. And then pink crossed blue over here, and we found our final bottom for the bull run. So get called. They crossed over here, and we went to our first bottom, found an accumulation.
Throw the wedge on
What's
that 2014. See the wedge? You can do the on the bottom.
Sure. I could do it in two spots. We could do it here, which puts us pretty much in the same spot we were at. But look at that. So we're sideways, drop with the wedge, and then we could maybe no, that's not really.
It's going to be a bullish.
And then, yeah, yellow's on top. It almost like flip-flops. Every consolidation, it goes the other way, it looks like on the weekly.
And then pull a line for that pink line. See your pink line? Look at your pink line way down there. Go ahead, throw a pink. Look at how all right,
Where's
so look, so look at, look
right
at that.
There.
Yep. Look at that. So for the bull run, you never drop below that.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Maybe that's like, you saw my RSI chart, I think, right? Like on the weekly. I can pull that up real quick. Okay, I'll pull that up real quick. But this might be another one.
Below that, you're bearish.
Look, we're bear market for sure. That's crazy. We dropped quick this time too. Look how long it took us to drop. We barely went under it, and then we maybe peaked under it right there. So maybe this is another indicator. Maybe once we get back above there, we'll be bull market, like on my Twitter here.
I like that weekly chart.
Let me show you my my internet's been awful lately. Okay. Maybe. I have an appointment for them to come. I know, right? I have an appointment for fix my internet soon.
Okay, listen.
All right, here's that chart.
I was born in South Dakota. You used to say, when you want better internet, just go out there and move the cow.
I tipped the cows already. I already went cow today. Got that out of the way. All right, so here's a chart: bull market versus bear market. Indicators: the weekly RSI plus or minus 52. All right, pretty self-explanatory here. Let me open it up in a new tab so I can go to it. Okay, underneath 52, we're bearish. Okay, it's well highlighted here. All right, you can see the whole bull market. We stayed above it. We were up, we broke down, and now we're below it. So I won't truly be bullish until we're back above this. All right, that'll be our indicator. And even like you can tell here, you wouldn't have really missed anything. All right, people are worried about missing the bottom, but if you would have waited and bought here, yeah, you would have missed the bottom by a few points. It's not a big deal. All right, you would have bought here on confirmation. You would have seen green the whole rest of the way. You would have never seen a day of red. So, or at least from your initial investment. Cool. So that kind of maybe matches our pink line here on that chart we just had pulled up. So maybe that's an extra indicator we can use.
So
and maybe if one
do
of
me
them
a favor.
crosses over first.
Add the RSI onto that indicator, or add the RSI down there below. Can you? I think you can. You can do a compare.
Oh, onto the indicator?
Mm-hmm. I think you can do a compare on there.
How do you do that? Oh, like with this?
Top. Yep. Try that.
RSI. No, I've never done it before. RSI. Huh. I don't know.
You got to go to compare. You got to go. Go back to compare.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think you can. No, you got to add a symbol. Never mind. Okay, so go to the DMI. Oh, you can't add an RSI. Yeah, that's fine. So go ahead and just use the chart you got pulled up, your RSI chart below it.
So yeah, I mean, you can see here. So let's go to 52. Right here. Slide it over. So they crossed it. Well, actually the RSI crossed a little bit sooner than that. Let's see what happened here. The pink crossed sooner here than the RSI here. So
All right, he said click on the set. So Sammy said click on the settings for the RSI. Go to your, down to your RSI down below. Yeah, click on that. Yep, right there. Go to inputs. Yep, click on that. Up. Yep, there. And you should have. Yep,
which one?
right there. Source. Is that source? And it should give you the option.
Uh,
Does it give you the 80 whatever?
ADM.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know how to.
yeah. He said not the settings, the arrow next to
Oh,
not the settings, the arrow next to the name, next to the RSI. Oh, the arrow, got it. Yeah, the little arrow next to the name.
oh shit! What did I do? I just changed it. Oh, right here.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, and then what does it say?
Oh, there it is. I moved it. It's there.
Look at
Nice.
that.
So can you move this to your chart? That'd be cool. Now there's so much going on. I can't tell what's up.
So now you got to change the color of the RSI. So
I can
go
see
over
it.
and,
I think I messed up the RSI though. I changed it, like the settings on it. Hold on. What's it normally on?
oh Jesus.
Open. There we go. Okay. So let's just take that arrow across at 50. Oh, it changes the settings though. What were we at? 15? Well, here I remember where it was at on the RSI. I mean, here it is on the RSI. It doesn't really work as relative to each other though, because the RSI goes on a different. Oh, here's
He
what we
said
need
put it
to
on
do. Hold
close.
on.
He said put it on close.
Close makes it weird. Oops, wrong thing. Settings. Close. Yeah, it looks the same. Let me put the DMI over the RSI. That might work better. Because that would keep the RSI at 52. Whoops. And now we need to move this to the pane above. Now we should be at 52. There we go. So that should do it. There we go.
There you go.
So now should I get rid of my blues and my pinks, or does it matter? Look at
No,
this. That's
just
pretty much an even split of our.
Turn your RSI just black. Just turn your RSI line black.
Do you see
Your
how
screen is super clear right
blue?
now.
I think that blue line is almost RSI.
Oh, it's like following
It's
it.
pretty close.
Yeah, you're right. It's following it real
Pretty
close.
close to RSI, actually. Yeah, it's really close. So blue is basically RSI. Pink is supposed to be histogram, I think. That's what somebody told me, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so we're underneath though. I mean, this is as bearish as it gets on all these indicators, right? We're just waiting for a bottom to form. Our blue line's still not below 11, our RSI. So
Got it. Nice. All right. So what is
right.
it? Go back to your RSI chart and where do you think we're at right now?
On here,
Yeah. What's your
I mean, we're
thought
deep.
right
We're in
now?
like the 40s. So look how deep we dropped here. I expect us to drop deeper. Let's be honest. We'll probably drop deep, reset everything, and then get a nice strong bounce. And RSI will start moving up before price does, and it'll lead our charge. So we'll be able to see it ahead of time. I'm not, like I said, I'm not worried about catching this here. All right, I'm worried about getting in over here somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
And remember, people, the worst thing here's how this goes. Okay.
the worst thing is you buy here.
The worst thing is you buy when it's falling. That's the worst thing.
True.
It's okay to buy. So just like his chart. So here you can see my arrow. It doesn't. If you buy in here,
Oh, sorry,
go
my
back.
bad.
Yeah. If you buy inside of this area right here, this is totally fine. You don't have to worry about it. It's when you buy in these areas up here and you're stuck for this long duration of a bear market just sucking
Yeah,
wind. It's okay to miss a little bit. You miss 5%, 10%, 15%, who cares? The thing is going to go just, epically, we're still going to get a bull run at some point. Now, is it going to look like this? I don't think so. I
who
think
knows?
I think we're going to be limited throughout 2019. I mean, I think I'd like to see 15K maybe, but do I think
Next
30K?
year, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, 30K.
Here's I kind of did just a layover of a chart. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I just did it the other day. Something like this. So I pretty much took similar trend lines from each run, and just whenever they crossed, we got a new all-time high. Yeah, let me open in a new tab. So pretty much every time they crossed, we got a new all-time high, like almost right at that point. So it's hard without having specific spots over here to put them on, because I kind of rested them on the next top before we went parabolic. But so this gave us our all-time high here. So I crossed these three lines, and it gives us an all-time high about December 2021 or January 2022, which makes
Ah,
sense. I mean, 3 years. That's when they crossed 3 years. So then I just took the 2014 and I kind of overlaid it over this. So to kind of give us an idea, I still think we're going lower. So it makes sense. Give us a nice drop, give us some accumulation for extended period of time, and then we can start cruising upward. And then I assume we'll go extremely parabolic at some point, even more than last time. We'll get some hopefully mainstream stream adoption and all that good stuff.
all right. I like it.
Um,
I like it a lot. All right. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any questions? Anybody? Oh, we
nope,
got
not bad.
nope. All right. I think I like it.
All right, I don't know if we're gonna go to 200K, but that'd be cool. I'll take it.
Yeah. Do you see? Can you do me a favor? Can you go to? Can you go take a look at the weekly chart? And if you pull up your weekly, let me pull. I can pull mine up and show you. Can you pull up your weekly, your RSI, your Stoke, and your MACD, and just give us your thoughts on those real quick? After Ryan wants to know when dump after Taco Bell, Ryan. Right after Taco Bell. Within 30 minutes, guaranteed dump.
Yeah, yeah, your stock will be topped out after that for sure.
Ryan says he's taking me to dinner to Taco Bell.
Awesome, beef crunch burrito, baby. They're
That's
back.
right.
All right.
All right. So
I don't use MACD
no, no,
often
no. So
actually.
use regular RSI, MACD.
Oh, whoops, two Stokes. My
Yeah, we
bad.
got
I
two
was so
Stokes.
stoked
Yeah,
for.
yeah. You're so stoked.
All right, there you go.
All right. So take a look at those weekly charts. I just want you to look at
Just look at it.
yeah, just take it. So when on mine, I was able to draw a trend line. See how you're able to see right there. I also the bottom.
Yep. Uh-oh. Oh, sorry, I didn't draw a very good line there.
Yeah, so
We're just
that's
waiting for that to
it.
break down.
Exactly. So then, see,
But
so
that is kind of a bull flag to
if
bullpen
you
it technically.
if you take the MACD also, so screw through,
Uh-huh.
make the MACD bigger, you can do the same thing. You'll see a very
All
similar
right.
pattern on
Make my
there.
D bigger. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Here, how about that? Just the pinching. Oh
Yeah,
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 that's
yeah.
like a
But
rising. That's almost like a rising wedge.
yeah.
Is that what you want?
See, yeah, exactly. You see that? So don't put on the top one. Don't put on the top one.
Fine.
Just leave the bottom one.
I just see a rising wedge anyway.
Yeah.
Like if you put the blue, if you go off the blue,
Mm-hmm.
whoops, drop down. It looks like we're actually starting to break down the bottom of that too.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, we're actually that blue's
So
starting to peek
so
down below.
grab your price bar on the side of that, and then you can scroll it up. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Get that thing bigger.
Oh yeah,
I said big.
how's that? Is that big enough for you?
Yeah, a little bit bigger.
This
It's
is
hard
getting
to see
weird.
it. There you go. Make it bigger. Blow on it.
Oh god, my wife's not gonna let me do these anymore. There you
Uh,
go.
yeah. All right. All right. And let's
There
see what
you
you got
go.
here.
We're broken through.
Peak, you see that? Peak, one of our TA guys is there.
Even if you use, let's see if you just use just these two recent ones and see if so we haven't broken through if we use these two, but we're close. So we might want to watch this for this right here. We're like right on it. We're touching it. Just the tip.
Okay.
There you go.
Yep. And then, yep, now bring up the other indicators.
You're so needy. See, even that's, I would like, if that was more like a bull pennant, I would be bullish on that, but that's more just a rising wedge on the top of it. So,
Yeah.
okay.
And
What
then
do you want now?
check your RSI, the very one at the bottom of your RSI. You can do the same thing
Oh,
with
is that
your
what that is?
RSI.
Thanks.
Yeah.
They're all pinching. We know moves coming.
Big move coming.
Yay.
I,
Cheap. It's going to be cheap alts. There you go. Then we're going to go down. I'm sorry, guys. I can't see it. I just can't see us going up right now. I just don't see it happening. I would love to. Let's just go to bull run, make some easy money. But all right, there you go. That's what we got.
all right, all right. Thank you so much, buddy. If you got anything
Pinching
else?
here.
Anything else you want to
Anybody got any
share?
questions? I got nothing special tonight.
Yep.
You got me last second. I was
Yep.
off guard. I didn't
Yep.
have anything ready.
Like a ninja, man.
Look at
Like a
that though.
ninja.
Man, we're not gonna last more than 1 week in here after this week though. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think
So
we're coming down to the end here. And in fact, I
I
have
mean
I
it's a
put a chart.
descending triangle. It's a descending triangle. Let's be honest. That's descending triangle. Easy. All day. We're gonna break down. We're gonna try to test that 6K wall, and we're done. And we're going deeper, just like that accumulation chart I posted.
Yep.
So, all right,
All
cool.
right,
Thanks for having
man.
me on again,
Dude,
man.
thank you so much for being here. All the members, if you get a chance, go over and
Thanks, guys.
find this young man. I'll show you. Let me bring up his Twitter real quick here. Okay.
Go for Gooner.
Yep.
Yeah, follow me, guys. I post really cool charts all the time.
He does. He posts some really good content. Let me bring up his stuffy stuff over here. There you go. There's the Gooner. Go find him. Listen, if you can't listen, this guy has the best corn-fed porn that you could ever find. He's got tons of free stuff. He gets it out of some really exotic nations and stuff like that. He doesn't have much to do out there.
Only accept crypto.
He only accepts Verge, XRG, whatever it is, Verge coin. He only accepts porn coins, so feel free to give him a follow right there. The Nebraska Gooner, thank you so much for coming on,
Appreciate it, man.
man. Really appreciate it, buddy. I will catch you later, all
Thanks,
right?
man. Yep, we'll see you around. Have a good one.